All right, so we're beginning. Um, what is your current job title or position, and how long have you been in the role?
Registered nurse, 6 years.
6 years. How did you land in this position? Like, how did you decide that this was the job for you?
I was first a nursing assistant, and then after working as a nursing assistant, I realized I liked patient care. Therefore, I decided to go back to school to get paid more.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
Patient care.
Patient care. Do you work in a team or an independent environment?
A team.
A team of how many people?
For the patients that I care for, it's the nurse, the doctor, and the patient care tech.
Right. How does this style impact your work? Meaning, like, working with others can be challenging, supportive, helpful, frustrating, and working independently can be lonely, empowering, or difficult. So, since you work with others, how does this challenge you? How does this support you?
It's actually a challenge because I would rather work more independently. But a team is good, but to a certain extent.
Okay. What do you like least about your job?
Decreased autonomy of the nurse.
And what was your major in college before nursing?
Biology.
Biology? Please describe your career path in this current job.
What do you mean my career path?
Like, what type of... Oh, that's a repeat of the first question. Sorry.
That's okay. I must didn't answer it, so you can go ahead and ask me.
What company do you work for?
Nemours Children's Hospital.
And why did you decide to work for this company?
To get a different perspective of patient care with kids versus adults.
So you like the more of a pediatrics nurse?
No.
No?
I feel like with adult nursing, you're more independent, you have more autonomy. With kids, you have less autonomy, and the kids, they look to their mom, versus with adults, they look to the nurse.
Okay. Are you optimistic about the company's future and your future with the company?
I'm optimistic about the company's future. I'm not so optimistic about my future with the company.
Not so good?
No.
All right. What are your major qualifications for success in this occupation?
My qualifications for success in this occupation?
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you feel are like the most things that make you successful in this career?
My ability to multitask, my comfort with being a nurse, and my ability to relate to patients.
How would you describe the working atmosphere and the people with whom you work?
I think it's good.
It's decent.
Yeah.
If your job progresses as you like, what would be the next step in your career?
The next step in my career is to be a nurse practitioner. I'm not going to stay in the role of a bedside nurse for multiple reasons.
I agree. What special advice do you give for a student seeking to qualify for this position?
What advice do I give a student?
That wants to be a nurse.
I would say it's hard work. Are you in school for nursing? Okay, yeah. I would say it's hard work. I would say be a strong nurse. Don't be scared. Don't be intimidated by like IVs. And the thing that make you the most scared is do it more. Run to it, and you will feel more confident in it. So just, I guess, be confident in your abilities. Don't shy away from things that you are scared of.
Do you have any special words or warning or encouragement as a result of your very own experience?
Encouraging words.
Yeah.
What I just said. Don't run from.
Don't run from everything.
Yeah, don't run from whatever you feel intimidated by, whether it's starting an IV. If you feel intimidated by starting an IV, every time someone needs an IV, you do it. Every time someone needs a lab draw, you do it. And you'll feel more confident. So be a strong nurse.
How has your job affected your lifestyle?
12 hours is a long time to work. We work 12-hour shifts. Therefore, I would say the biggest downfall is staying away from home, because you basically give up your day.
Yeah. From your perspective, what are the problems you see working in this field?
The problem? This field can be very cliquish in the hospital. It can be cliquish. That's one of the biggest problems, and decreased autonomy with giving the nurse multiple tasks of, do this, being more doctor driven, follow the doctor orders versus
Being a
use your
leader.
common sense, use your nurse rationale. That's some of the biggest problems I see.
Do you remember the educational requirements for this job?
I think so. You need them?
Yeah.
Of course, have an active registered nurse license for the state of Florida. Basic life support, and I want to say ACLS. I think that was it.
What other types of credentials or licensings are required besides those three? Or is that just it?
I think that was it, if I'm not mistaken. It was like, but I know, like now that I am a pediatric nurse, I know I have to get my PARS, PEARS. And it's like a lot of education. That's one thing about starting a job in the hospital here. As soon as you get the job, there is a whole host of educational requirements that you have to meet. Which for me, PARS is one, and a lot of CBLs, computer-based learning, little modules where you read the little thing and then you take the quiz at the end. So every job you get in Florida, it's a whole host of those.
Does the company encourage and pay for employees to pursue a graduate degree?
It's encouraged, not so much for the bedside nurse, but I know my nurse manager, she told me that was one of her requirements, but for me, it wasn't a requirement, but I am receiving a 10%, whoop-de-doo, I am receiving a 10% discount off of my tuition at South University from the company.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's not everything, but it's something.
All right, last two questions. What courses have proved to be the most valuable in your work, and what would you recommend for me?
Say it again, sorry.
Like, what courses during your whole studying of being a nurse are the most valuable to you and your work, and which ones would you recommend to me?
You're at Valencia, okay, so. Well, with Valencia, it was more hospital-based nursing, learn how the hospital runs things. And with UCF, it was more community-based nursing. They wanted you to go out into the community. So far as the hospital nurse courses at Valencia that was most valuable, I don't know. I liked them all. And I really had a good rotation at Valencia. I would say I was unprepared going to school too, girl. I would be that student who didn't prepare for, when you have to do the you have to go in and act like it's a patient and they're sitting there evaluating you. I was always not prepared. I just kind of looked at the person who went in front of me. So I would say just learn your lab values. Like have a rationale and know your lab values. Like know what you're looking at. If this patient is on this. What should I, like for vancomycin, it's just an example. If you have a patient that's on vancomycin, you want to ask them when was their last vancomycin drawn, so you'll know, like, should I be holding the vancomycin, or you know what I mean, or should I be giving it? So know your lab values. What else? A good course. Lord have mercy. I don't know. I don't even know a course that I would just say stood out. Because I like Mother Baby. That was a good course. But I'm just now working with kids. I guess I would have to say the cardiac course. What semester is that when you learn all about the heart and the lungs and all that good stuff? Okay. Whatever semester that is for, for cardiac drugs and I think.
Why not?
Sorry.
It's okay. How did you, if you were entering this career today, would you change your preparation in any way to facilitate an entry?
No.
No?
No.
You do everything just the way it was?
Mm-hmm. No.
Alright.
Because I initially went to UCF. Did you tell? Are you speaking about change? Would I change my?
If you would change anything to make it easier to go into the career, or were you just prepared to go into it?
I thought I was prepared, and I did go to UCF. I wish I could have went to UCF first versus going to Valencia, then going to UCF. Now I'm at South. My only recommendation, because I know some students have the option to go to do like the dual enrollment. They did their AS degree with their BSN degree. I wish I could have did something like that.
Yeah, the AS to BSN.
But it's like they did it at the same time. So by the time they graduated, they just graduated with their bachelor's.
They're making me do the AA because I have to fulfill Valencia's requirements to transfer into UCF, and my AS at the same time, but they're making me only take the classes that are beneficial to both.
I did that. I had to do the AA degree. Well, it's like I did mine in increments, you know. So you don't have kids, you can definitely, you know, I did mine while I had kids. So you can definitely do some kind of dual program instead of, I'm so sick of being in school, but okay. Anything else? Sorry.
Nope, that's good. Everything's
You sure?
good. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All
For
right.
anything, I'll give you a call.